Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I was feeling a little bit podcasty, so I'm gonna go talk about some things that are on my mind, and maybe you can agree with me, maybe you cannot. But let's get into it. Also, first and foremost, please ignore my room. I know I keep saying that, but I'm in the process of moving. This is just copium. I'm lying to myself at this point. But I literally am in the process of moving. So the next videos that you see from me when I don't look like this, I will hopefully be in a brand new apartment with a pretty background and nice looking stuff. I don't know. One thing that I really want to talk about, and it's been kind of like on my mind for a while, is the bigger that you get as a content creator, the easier your life is. And it's fair and it's also not fair. There's a lot to unpack here. Also, if I were to make a podcast, let me know what you would like to hear from me, because I like doing these types of rambly, just talking about what I'm thinking of and feeling. And I don't know, would people be interested in seeing this type of stuff as a podcast, like advice content? Because podcast is like audio, so a lot of tutorial stuff won't necessarily pertain to podcasts because I can't really show you how to set up your OBS without me actually showing my OBS, you know what I mean? But anyways, let's get into these ramblings that I have. First and foremost, the biggest thing is, and this is completely true, the bigger that you get as a content creator, the easier your life gets. And it can seem not fair for a big established content creator who already has a lot of money and an expensive apartment to also have a really easy life. It feels bad in a way, being somebody who is on the up and up, working your butt off to get to that point, to get to someplace stable, and you're living paycheck to paycheck and in a crappy apartment. But it's true. You get more pay for less work, for sponsorships, or I guess the same amount of work, but more pay. If you were to do a brand deal as a very small content creator, you'd be lucky to go and get paid. A lot of times companies will only do gifting campaigns. If you get a little bit bigger, maybe you're in like the small to medium sized category, then possibly you'll be getting paid a little bit, maybe like $50, $100 here or there, but that definitely can't cover rent. And you're doing the same amount of work as well. The filming, the recording, the negotiations will take up the same amount of time, but because your platform is smaller, you're only getting paid $50 to $100. Whereas if you're a bigger content creator, you can do the exact same thing, do the exact same sponsorship, but you'll get paid thousands of dollars instead. Even like tens of thousands of dollars for a sponsorship, simply because you have more clout. And this clout also opens up more doors as well. This is unethical, but the bigger you get as a content creator, the more people are willing to do free work for you. I don't recommend, and please don't exploit people simply over their desire to get close to you as a content creator. But let's be honest, I'm sure Dream can go and make a tweet asking for an editor, and there's going to be tons of people knocking at his door, begging him to be his editor, and they will do it for free, simply because he's Dream. And just tracking back a little bit on the sponsorships, you also have the luxury of saying no to sponsors if you are big enough to where one sponsorship can pay your rent for 6 months. Many large content creators will do brand deals for upwards of like $50,000, $100,000 for one brand deal. That's it. They can say no to every other sponsorship. They only have to do one a year to go and cover their living expenses and more. And that's just a luxury that you get if you're a bigger content creator. Also, if you're a bigger content creator, you get a ton of free things. There's a lot of things you will no longer have to buy for yourself simply because companies are willing to send it to you for free. In fact, they'll send you way too much. If you're a beauty influencer, you're going to get a lifetime supply of beauty. You're gonna have to be giving things away simply because it's not feasible for one person to use that quantity of items. If you're a tech content creator, you're probably receiving a lot of monitors, a lot of peripherals, even companies sending you computers simply because they want you to feature it and they want you to use it. The sheer overwhelming amount of free things you get means that you don't have to purchase a lot of things the rest of us plebs will have to purchase. And that in turn makes your life easier as well. You spend less as a larger content creator, generally speaking. Obviously, a side tangent, there is lifestyle inflation in which when you make more, you will then slowly spend more on purchases. Maybe you will go from buying cheap boba once a week to buying the $8 drinks with extra boba and a large every single day. Definitely not speaking from experience. Maybe you go from driving that beat up car to buying a brand new Tesla, and you'll upgrade from your dingy apartment you share with 3 other people to a 2-bedroom just for yourself. and that will increase your cost of living as well. But it wouldn't matter necessarily as long as you aren't being completely reckless with your spending, because you'll make enough to cover that and more as a larger content creator. Also, as you start making more money as a content creator, you can go and hire a team. You can go hire a social media manager. So now you do less work because you're using your money to hire labor instead of you putting out the labor yourself. You can go and hire an editor instead of editing the videos yourself. You can go and hire somebody to manage your YouTube channel entirely so you don't even have to touch it. The bigger you get as a content creator and the more access to money that you have, the more you can build out a team of people to pawn off your labor to. So you inevitably will do less work in the long run. And this isn't just to say that big content creators don't deserve any of this, because I do believe that they do in a way. When you have reached that size and that level of fame and notoriety, you've put a lot of work to get there. It's not easy to get to that point where you can hire a team and one sponsor deal will pay 1 year's worth of living expenses. It takes a lot of work, a lot of grit. You stuck it out and you did something that most people would never be able to achieve. So you should reap the rewards for it. I don't know why I'm saying you, by the way. I don't know how many humongous content creators are watching my content, but I do believe that people should reap the rewards for the amount of work that they've put into nurturing their career. But that being said, it isn't fair in some ways as well to the smaller content creators out there, because it just kind of feels bad. Let me backtrack. It's not unfair because the big content creator did put in work, but it does feel bad when you're on the other side of the coin and you're the small content creator who is scraping by and you have a dream that you're trying to go and bring to reality. And if you just had more money, you could hire people to make your life easier and you wouldn't be struggling as much. But if it were that easy, there'd probably be a lot of much bigger content creators out there than there is today, which kind of like segues into TikTok. I think TikTok is an amazing platform in its own right and what it can do for creators, and it can make a career out of nothing. That being said, there's also a lot of toxic things about TikTok. That could be a whole different conversation. But I think with the introduction of TikTok and very short form content entering our media, it has made being a content creator more accessible than ever. And with that, the content creation space is shifting. You no longer need to go and make a beautifully edited 10-minute gameplay video and post one every single day to get noticed on YouTube. Because now you just make short 15-second selfie videos and you can blow up off of just moving your face, for instance. So with the introduction of TikTok and shorter form content, it theoretically has become easier than ever to become a content creator. And harder than ever because now there is one more social media platform that we need to learn the algorithm for and learn how to utilize. And it's a social media platform that rewards insane posting, and posting 3 times a day is the recommended for TikTok, which is a lot when you think about it. And again, difficult for one person to maintain when you also have a full-time job and rent to pay and a life to live. But I guess I can't crap on TikTok too much because it's the reason I have my own career. But it's difficult, and the unfairness, or I guess it just feels bad as a small content creator looking upon bigger content creators who have it seemingly way easier. It can be something to be envied. But all of this was kind of like a thought that I've had in my mind for a while, but it really stemmed upon TwitchCon and the TwitchCon tickets being 50% off for partners, which I understand from TwitchCon's perspective. You're rewarding your partners for achieving something that is very difficult to achieve by giving them 50% off, making them feel like more of a VIP. But my point of view is partners don't need the discount because they make enough money. Affiliates need the discount because they can't afford it. I'm not saying that you guys are broke, but if you're an affiliate streamer, chances are you are below the 75 average viewer count. Chances are you are among the majority of Twitch, like the 80% of Twitch, which is 5 average viewers or less, which tells me that Twitch, it's not paying you, or you are not making a lot of money off Twitch. I would argue that you'd be lucky if you even reach the $100 for the payout. Sorry. All of this harping on affiliates being broke, just basically I'm trying to make the point, you did not make enough money off of Twitch to cover the ticket of attending for 1 day, let alone 3. I don't know. I feel like affiliates need the discount more than partners. I understand that because partners are, I guess, higher status, they achieved something more, quote unquote, in Twitch's eyes, they would get a discount. But again, most partners, almost all partners, in fact, have made the amount for the entry ticket from their Twitch streaming alone. So they could afford to buy the full price ticket off of just their Twitch earnings. Whereas affiliates, again, most affiliates wouldn't even hit the $100 for the payout. And the ticket is $229 for 3 days. So that's just a dichotomy that feels a little bit unfair again. It makes sense that the bigger you get, the more rewards you reap, but it really feels bad when you're the one on the bottom. Anyways, let me know how you like these rambly style videos. I'm thinking of cutting this into a podcast, maybe making it my first podcast. I don't know, I want to do podcasts, but I am quite busy at this moment. We'll figure it out down the line. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see a podcast from me. Oh, and before I forget, I actually made a Ko-fi where I offer free resources for content creators, like a 13-page PDF guide on how to get started on TikTok, a list of 115 sponsors, and more. A Notion template on how I keep track of sponsorships, and a bunch of other stuff. Anyways, go check me out there. It is linked down below, and all my resources are free. And again, I do stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. PST. I'd love to go and catch you guys there or in another video. Peace.